Good evening and welcome to Armstrong Junior Senior High School for tonight's Class 5A Northern Conference matchup between the Armstrong Riverhawks, and the Penn Hills Indians. My name is Joe Rhodes. I'm joined by Colton Henderson this evening, bringing you the action between the Indians and the Riverhawks. The Riverhawks coming into tonight's game with a record of 1-3, and as for the Indians, a record of 1-4 overall, perfect in section, their lone blemish on the season, an opening season loss to Pine Richland, a 21-0, so that's a 6A team right there. Colton, obviously a very storied program here at Penn Hills, defending state champions coming in this game. Now, keep in mind they did lose a lot of guys, but as we were talking before the pregame, you know, programs like this have an ability to kind of restock and reload quickly, especially whenever you have this many kids coming out for a team, especially wanting to go out for a team like they did last year, a team going to state. So it kind of, success breeds more success, and a lot of teams like this can kind of handle that turnover, I think it's fair to say. Yeah, definitely. I think these kids are hungry to prove that they can do what last year's team, did. Like you said, they lost a lot of players, but with a team like this, they just restock year in and year out. They just put out the athletes. They've been known to. So just really looking forward to see this Penn Hills team in action this evening. As we mentioned a moment ago, Penn Hills perfect in section with a 3-0 record, 4-1 overall. Their section wins came against Fox Chapel, a 33-13 win, and then a couple tight ones for the Indians. They beat Mars by a narrow margin of 14-7, and then just last week faced Kiski and escaped with a 7-3 win. So some tight section games there, Colton. A win's a win, but you have to wonder what the formula for success has been for these last two conference teams, and if it's something the Riverhawks can duplicate tonight. Yeah, you just have to wonder how Penn Hills offense will do this evening. They were able to put up quite a few points in their first couple games, but like you said, the last two section games, they've only been able to score 14 points and 7 points. With the Penn Hills team like this, you know, we're used to them scoring. We're used to them being able to go all over the field. So their defense looks fantastic, though. They only let up 7 points and 3 points in their last two contests. So that's pretty good. We'll have to keep an eye on that and see if the Riverhawks can maybe expose something on that defense. I think what it's going to come down to, Colton, is the fact that Armstrong's defense is going to have to stand strong in the second half because its offense, especially in the last two section games, haven't really done much. Armstrong 0-2 in section right now. Their losses coming to Hampton and Mars. And in the second half of those games, Armstrong only able to come up with 6 points combined in those contests. So Armstrong's really got to find a way to sustain offense late in games. They haven't been able to do that, at least in section play thus far. But tonight's a different night. It'll be interesting to see the adjustments made by the Riverhawks. Last week was another example of that. They had a 14-13 lead over a very quality team in Mars at halftime, and then Mars went on to score 29 unanswered points in the second half, Colton. So another example of the things that have kind of been the Achilles heel for the Riverhawks. They've let up a lot of yards on the ground as well in those two section games we keep referring to. They gave up a combined 680 rushing yards to Hampton and Mars. So with that in mind, Colton, it seems like the thing for Armstrong tonight is get the run game going, especially quarterback Cole Brown and running back Isaac Ridinger, and then stop the run on the opposite side of the ball. Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to see if they can do that. I mean, like you have said in the section contest, they're proving that they can't stop the run. 680 yards in two section games. That's not very good, let's be honest. Yeah. So we'll have to see how their defensive line holds up, see how the linebackers do, if they press up more towards the line. We'll just have to see how Penn Hills runs their offense. And I think, I mean, as far as I know, Penn Hills has always been a running team. I don't ever remember them really passing the ball that much. Of course, offenses now are different than what they used to be. So if that's the case, though, if Penn Hills runs the ball, Armstrong could be in for a long night. Right. It's going to be, how does that defense hold up? They're already missing
some key pieces of their team with some injuries that have really played a big part in Armstrong's outcomes in games. You know, when you lose some key players and you lose numbers at all, it really can start affecting your program. And, you know, the thing for Armstrong is they're predicated on the run, just like we mentioned about Penn Hills. And Armstrong really needs to get out there, be strong, find holes. Isaac Ridinger, Cole Brown, run that option. And I'm still waiting to see that true breakout game. I know Cole Brown had over 100 rushing yards a week ago. But ultimately, I want to see them be successful throughout the game. It seems like teams are making adjustments on their against Armstrong's run game, and they haven't been able to counter it. And that's why I think we're seeing some of the results we have in the second half of games for Armstrong. Even some of their non-section games. I was at the Chartiers Valley game a couple weeks back. Really not much in the second half of those games offensively. So Armstrong's got to figure out how to counter the adjustments being made against their offense.
Okay, so you're saying they've just been sticking with the game plan, and they really haven't been.
I don't even think it's necessarily that. I think for the Riverhawks, the other teams have been making really good halftime adjustments, and not that Armstrong didn't know what adjustments might have been made against them. They didn't have a good counter for that, and I think that has to do with some of the poor offensive performances in the second half. As I mentioned, just 6 points against 2 conference games, and those conference games mean everything, especially here in the 5A level. So if you're only scoring 6 points in the second half of those 2 games, it's a bad equation. It's a recipe for the opposite of success, Colton.
Yeah, I mean, if you're only scoring 6 points in the second half of 2 conference games, that's not going to get you anywhere. I mean, let's just be honest with that. I expect a pretty decent game out of Cole Brown here for Armstrong. I'm excited to watch him play. Last time I was able to watch him play, we did a game here when they played against Hampton. He looked pretty good. He looked comfortable, which is a big part of it. So I look forward to seeing him run around and throw the ball a little bit.
Yeah, I do too. And obviously, before the season and really the early parts of the season, both he and head coach Frank Fabian admitted that his strengths lie more in his ability to run the ball. But they expected the passing ability and just his accuracy to kind of improve as the season has gone on. And I think that's something that Cole's really adamant about proving, too. He doesn't want to be looked at as a dual-threat quarterback who's mostly run-oriented. He wants to be able to show that he's able to pass the ball. And Armstrong does have very capable receivers that we saw in some games for them so far this year, whether it's a Nick Russo or a James Bradley, Justin Walgeman. There's been a lot of guys that have stepped up and made some really nice catches.
Noah Cooper.
Noah Cooper, exactly.
Noah Cooper had a really good game against Hampton whenever we broadcast that game. And he was really their second half stud.
Right.
He came
was
on,
a bright spot in a bad half.
Yeah, it was really nice to see someone really blossom, I guess, that game.
So going into this game that Cole Brown does have the weapons to get the ball to. How do these guys get open? How do they, get open quickly so that Cole Brown can make accurate throws, doesn't have to really maybe force the ball or have to make some throws in distress. And that's the big thing I'm looking forward to tonight. And just quickly, Colton, looking at the standings here in this Class 5A Northern Conference, it's North Hills with 4-1 overall record, 3-0 in conference, in a first-place tie essentially with these Penn Hills Indians, who are both also 4-1, 3-0 in conference. In third place in the section is Hampton. They're 2-2 right now in conference play, 2-3 overall, followed by Mars, 3-2 overall, 1-1 in section. Shaler trailing Mars at a 2-3 mark, 1-1 in section. The Kiski Cavaliers, they are 2-3 and 1-3 in section. Fox Chapel, second to last place with a 1-4 mark, 1-3 in section. And of course tonight, these Armstrong Riverhawks, last place currently in the Northern Conference standings with a 1-3 overall mark, 0-2 in section. So certainly a big game. It'll be interesting to see how these Riverhawks get up for a game like this. Obviously it goes without saying this is the defending state champion. Whether or not, as you said, some of the guys from last year's state championship team are now departed, but certainly a team that's going to have regardless of the graduated talent, is always going to have a bullseye on its back. And I think that's going to be the case tonight, Colton. We're going to take a quick break here to give you a little break in the action before we get you opening kickoff here shortly between the Penn Hills Indians and tonight's home team, the Armstrong Riverhawks. For Colton Henderson to my right, my name is Joe Rhodes for Sample Sports Stream and the Leader Times. We'll be right back after a quick message from our sponsors.
Rooted in Armstrong County since 1936. Walker Motor Company remains a staple of Armstrong County. Whether it be their exceptional selection or servicing capabilities, Walker Motor Company is the area's one-stop shop for car buying, repair, and maintenance needs. 4 generations later, Walker Motor Company is the only place to check off all the boxes when it comes to purchasing your next vehicle, collision, repair, or simply taking care of normal wear and tear. Finding someone you can trust right in your backyard is rare, but it's important. And at Walker Motor Company, it's simple. Visit Walker Motor Company in person at 126 North Jefferson Street in Katanning, or online at walker-motor.com. Rooted in Armstrong County since 1936. Walker Motor Company remains a staple of Armstrong County. Whether it be their exceptional selection or servicing capabilities, Walker Motor Company is the area's one-stop shop for car buying, repair, and maintenance needs. 4 generations later, Walker Motor Company is the only place to check off all the boxes when it comes to purchasing your next vehicle, collision, repair, or simply taking care of normal wear and tear. Finding someone you can trust right in your backyard is rare, but it's important. And at Walker Motor Company, it's simple. Visit Walker Motor Company in person at 126 North Jefferson Street in Katanning, or online at walker-motor.com.
The Inn at Lenape Heights offers guests an intimate boutique resort hotel. Located on a hilltop just 50 minutes away from downtown Pittsburgh, rooms and suites are stylishly appointed with expansive windows and balconies to take in the scenic view. Their 18-hole public golf course features immaculately manicured fairways and is designed in an accessible layout for entertaining play at all skill levels. Gather with friends in the sports bar or enjoy a genuine dining experience at the Lenape Bar and Grill with its outdoor terrace. Their versatile event space and professional planners welcome the opportunity to host your wedding, wedding reception, corporate retreat, or any special occasion with banquet seating for up to 300 guests. For warm hospitality, world-class hotel service, fresh air, and a true getaway from your daily routine, join them at the Inn at Lenape Heights, where everyone is welcome. Make your reservations today. The Inn at Lenape Heights offers guests an intimate boutique resort hotel. Located on a hilltop just 50 minutes away from downtown Pittsburgh, rooms and suites are stylishly appointed with expansive windows and balconies to take in the scenic view. Their 18-hole public golf course features immaculately manicured fairways and is designed in an accessible layout for entertaining play at all skill levels. Gather with friends in the sports bar or enjoy a genuine dining experience at the Lenape Bar and Grill with its outdoor terrace. Their versatile event space and professional planners welcome the opportunity to host your wedding, wedding reception, corporate retreat, or any special occasion with banquet seating for up to 300 guests. For warm hospitality, world-class hotel service, fresh air, and a true getaway from your daily routine, join them at the Inn at Lenape Heights, where everyone is welcome. Make your reservations today. The Inn at Lenape Heights offers guests an intimate boutique.
I think we're a valuable resource in the community because we provide all lines of insurance: auto, home, life, business, and farm insurance. And we like to give back to the community. We have specialists that do farm insurance, specialists that do business insurance, persons that do home only, auto only, and life only. Everybody in our office is licensed for insurance. The nice thing about having an agency in my hometown, and one of the things that we track with our staff, are families protected. And that's the thing that we focus on, is protecting families, protecting their assets and their livelihoods. That's again one of our tracking measures, is the families protected. You can make things policies sold, but it's not about that. It's about protecting families. I think we're a valuable resource in the community because we provide all lines of insurance: auto, home, life, business, and farm insurance. And we like to give back to the community. We have specialists that do farm insurance, specialists that do business insurance, persons that do home only, auto only, and life only. Everybody in our office is licensed for insurance. The nice thing about having an agency in my hometown, and one of the things that we track with our staff, are families protected. And that's the thing that we focus on, is protecting families, protecting their assets and their livelihoods. That's, again, one of our tracking measures, is the families protected. You can make things policy sold, but it's not about that. It's about protecting families. I think we're a valuable resource in the community because we provide all lines of insurance: auto, home, life, business, and farm insurance. And we like to give back to the community. We have specialists that do farm insurance, specialists that do business insurance, persons that do home only, auto only, and life only. Everybody in our office is licensed for insurance. The nice thing about having an agency in my hometown, and one of the things that we track with our staff, are families protected. And that's the thing that we focus on, is protecting families, protecting their assets and their livelihoods. That's, again, one of our tracking measures, is the families protected. You can make things policy sold, but it's not about that. It's about protecting families.
School's back in session. Football season has begun. Cooler nights are near, and hunting season is close. With all of this going on, you may not have had time to ask yourself one simple question: what batteries will I need now? One thing's for certain: Battery Warehouse Plus along Route 422 in Kittanning has them. Car, ATV, and UTV batteries, video cameras, flashlights, two-way radios even, you name it. Even batteries for, dare I say, winter vehicles? Yes, I've gone and used the W word, winter. Too soon? Well, here's another W word for you: warehouse, as in Battery Warehouse Plus, the place you need to go to for everything with the B word, as in battery. Come on in and load up on all the battery essentials you need right now. They even offer free battery testing.
Well, it finally happened, Zachary. Somebody burned down my she shed.
Nobody burned down your she shed, Cheryl.
Well, my she shed's on fire.
Your she shed was struck by lightning.
Zachary, is my she shed covered by State Farm?
Your she shed's covered, Cheryl.
You hear that, Victor? I'm getting a new she shed.
She shear?
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful news.
Home insurance trusted by more people than any other. State Farm.
Well,
And welcome back to Armstrong Junior Senior High School, more specifically ESS Next Tier Athletic Complex on the campus of Armstrong Junior Senior High School. My name is Joe Rhodes. I'm joined by Colton Henderson on color this evening for this WPIAL Class 5A section matchup between the Penn Hills Indians and the Armstrong Riverhawks. We gave you some information on both these teams and kind of what to expect before our last commercial break. And we're going to do our kind of players to watch, sponsored by Zachary Mortimer Allstate. Tonight for the Indians, of course, the quarterback. Everything starts with the quarterback, right, Colton?
Oh, yeah,
and tonight, the 6'2", 190-pound Eddie McKissick is the player to watch for Penn Hills. They have a kind of a plethora of skilled players, so it's hard just to kind of put it on one. So with that in mind, you got to give it to the quarterback here, say that's the guy to watch, see what he does both in the run and pass. We talked that this is a team that wants to kind of get out there and run a little bit, so that could open up opportunities for him to be kind of advantageous in the pass game. Maybe if Armstrong starts stacking the box and there's success running, that he might have some plays downfield. So for the Penn Hills Indians, my player to watch is Eddie McKissick. And for the Riverhawks, really, I mean, you could go with Cole Brown every single game, but tonight I'm going to go with Isaac Ridinger as our Zachary Mortimer State Farm player to watch in tonight's game. I think the run game needs to get going. If this team's going to go as far, and it's going to open things up if Ridinger is able to have a big night on the ground. Of course, that kind of deals with, also goes hand in hand with how does Cole Brown get him open? How well do they run that option? How effectively are they able to find spots, find the time to pitch? But I think if Ridinger and Cole Brown kind of get chemistry early on and are able to run that option play, Ridinger could have a big game. He's the player to watch. Once again, sponsored by Zachary Mortimer State Farm. Colton, a lot of storylines in this game. Armstrong really trying to get back on track after kind of some tough games of late. The Riverhawks kind of stumbling here since the opening week of the season, a week 0 game that featured the Indiana Little Indians, who of course are a 4A team, coming here to Armstrong and getting beat handily 42-13 at the hands of the Riverhawks. So since then, Riverhawks 0-3, having some issues there, putting up some offense compared to their competition. But I think tonight is an opportunity for a team that is probably chomping at the bits to get back in action here.
Yeah, you just want to see them just get a win. Yeah, it's about time.
And you know they're getting up for a game like this, of course, Colton, because, again, it's the defending state champion. So if you don't get up for a game like this, then I have to question your what makes you tick, I guess, as a football player. But the Riverhawks being announced right there, a very patriotic entrance for the Riverhawks. I think upwards of about 5 American flags there. There's a Marine Corps flag. I think another branch of the military. I can't see exactly, but very cool.
Entrance there.
Yeah, very cool. That. Very patriotic, as we mentioned. So, yeah, it's a beautiful night here, Colton. I was talking to a couple spectators before we went on the air, and I said these might be one of the last few nights, or maybe one of the last Fridays, where we get such beautiful weather like this, because when the calendar turns to October, it suddenly gets a lot colder, a lot quicker. So
yeah,
it'll be nice to enjoy a nice late September day like this, and really take in what is a beautiful night between two quality teams, historically speaking, and I expect a big game here.
Yeah, this should be good. This is, I'm really looking forward to see this Penn Hills team. We don't get to see a lot of teams like them, being up here in Armstrong County. So it's just nice to see teams from down by Pittsburgh, and see how their offense runs or their defense runs. It's just interesting to see the way different teams play, what is good, what's bad. That's something that I look forward to, I guess.
We're obviously some big fans of high school football. Whenever you read about guys, it's always neat whenever you get an opportunity to actually come out here in a game like this and watch them. And there's several Penn Hills guys that we've noted and have discussed here in our pregame that we've heard about them on paper, we've seen their statistics, but actually seeing it live here tonight should be a pretty exciting opportunity. And the same could be said for the Riverhawks, who I want to make a quick note. I see. Nick Parisi back on the field, had dealt with some injuries there early in the season. He's back there as a captain, along with Graham Hepner and the aforementioned Isaac Ridinger, the starting running back for the Riverhawks, will be tonight's captains for Armstrong. So great to see Parisi back. He's one of those guys where obviously what he brings on the field is unquestioned, but what he brings to the locker room and what he brings to the huddle and kind of the leadership, really, that he is able to bring to this team is unmatched, and it's great to see him back in the field, and I know that's huge not only for Armstrong's defense, where he has been a tackling machine when healthy.
What was
but
exactly wrong?
It was a knee injury that he was dealing with. It's a left knee.
Okay.
He had originally hurt it last year and then kind of re-injured it a little bit, but he's got a brace on it tonight. Looks like he's good to go. And
we'll have to keep an eye on that, though. Maybe he might have to sit a few plays out or so. We'll have to keep an eye.
It's certainly great to see him there. Also, too, I want to mention the injured Isaac. Striking out tonight. I know.
Isaiah
Price, excuse me. Isaiah Price, also out there injured in the green shirt. He suffered an injury early in the season as well, after an injury plague last year, so my heart goes out to Isaiah Price, who is certainly probably the most skilled player on this team coming into this season.
He was poised to have a big year.
He was, as a senior, certainly. So nice to see him still taking part in team activities and being a part of the coin toss here right now.
That's another guy, though, that's in the locker room. Talk about leadership. He might not be playing, but they see him out there on the field with the team. That means a lot to kids at this age. I mean, that leadership, like you said, that's unquestionable.
Right. And you think about some of these younger guys in this team, because there's certainly a large group of seniors on this team, but also there's certainly young contributors, and they'd still probably look to somebody like an Isaiah Price, who's on the sideline the entire game, someone maybe just to get some advice from, talk to about a play. And like I said, he's not contributing on the field tonight, but certainly somebody who has the ability to contribute on the sidelines in that locker room. And certainly might not know the times that's affecting the game, but certainly know for sure that is the case. But looks like, not sure what happened there. Did you see who won the toss?
Penn Hills.
Penn Hills won the toss. Did they defer or will they receive?
Receive.
So they're going to receive the opening kickoff.
That'll go left to right.
So Armstrong then will be the second half recipient of the opening kickoff. Colton, big game here. I'm excited to do this here.
Yeah, this should be fun.
Once again, beautiful night, packed house here at ESS next tier athletic complex for this 5A matchup. For the Riverhawks, kicking off will be Adam Hudock, the junior kicker and punter for the Riverhawks. So Hudock to kick. Back deep for the Indians will be number 12, Dante Pollard, and also to his left, at the top of the screen there will be, I believe that's number 1, Tony Grimes, the 5'9" senior defensive back wide receiver. Or excuse me.
Yep, you got it.
Yep, that is Tony Grimes. And we're about to get underway. Hudock with the opening kick. It'll go to about the second row. It's going to hop, and Grimes will catch it. He finds a little hole. He's going to go sideline. He's got tons of open space. Nobody but Hudock, and he is going to take it back to the house, will Tony Grimes. And just like that, the defending state champions up 6-0. There is a flag at the 37-yard line. I think it's going to go against Penn Hills as the head referee is motioning in that direction. And it will be a hold on the Indians. So a big break there for the Riverhawks. Looked like they were going to fall into a 6-0 hole just 13 seconds into this contest, but instead it looks like the Indians will start somewhere around, I believe, their 35-yard line. So
that's fortunate for the Riverhawks.
Certainly, because that could just suck the air right out of you there, Colton. And a play like that can have some lasting effects. And
I mean, right there was a quick glimpse of what Penn Hills can do. I mean, right there.
Right. So 1st and 10 here. It'll be a 3 wide receiver set for the Indians. At the bottom of the screen, Akeem Snell. Also here on the bottom side, number 12, Dante Pollard. And at the top, not sure, but here's a quick throw on the outside over the head of Dante Pollard. So it was a little bit of a screen, wide receiver screen there, but Eddie McKissick unable to connect with Pollard, so it'll be 2nd and 10.
Pollard is the guy we should look for this evening. He's running the slot there for them.
And you can tell they want to get him in open space. That's exactly why you open with a play like that, because a dynamic guy like that can certainly open up a game. Now at the bottom of the screen here, it's Akeem Snell again, along with number 1, Tony Grimes.
Watch for number 13, Howard, the running back here.
So 2 running backs. The ball will be a fake handoff, play action, little slant route to number 6 there. Be enough for the first down. That is Indians, so that will put the Indians at their own 10. So 2 backs in the this will be number 13, Jermar Howard. The night before Balgman on the tackle for the 2nd and 6 here with 11 minutes exactly left here in the first quarter.
Penn Hills looks like they're just going to keep running the same pool here.
And it is at the bottom of the screen. 2 backfield, and then and there's an official timeout, I believe. The quarterback was adjusting something on number 25, Arlen Thompson's face mask. They whistle that dead, and they will resume now. Back in the shotgun, over his head, fumbled. Back in the backfield is number 52 for the Riverhawks. That is Graham Hepner, the senior captain. There, that'll make a third and about 14, I believe. About third and 15 here. So great opportunity for Armstrong to get off the field here. And that's key too, I think, for the Riverhawks, not having these long drives, not getting worn down. You know, they have to get as many 3 and outs as they possibly can in a game like this, Colton. Here's the snap, handoff, but option handoff, but there's number 2, McKissick, going to run for the first down. Needed 15, got about 16 or 17.
Okay, now that's really the first time we've seen him run now. You know, that's a little sprinkle what we'll see here this evening with him at quarterback.
There was a little bit of a fake handoff there, and looked like a couple Armstrong linemen bid on it, giving him the middle of the field to gallop for, I think, about 17 yards there, Colton, setting up another first down here now in the Armstrong territory at the 47-yard line.
They're going 5 wide here.
First time we've seen that. No one in the backfield, empty there for McKissick. He gets the snap. Another high one. He's able to corral. He's going to run with this one again up the middle, but a nice play there by number 52. I think that's Hepner again. Or that's number 22, excuse me. That's Isaac Ridinger. So it looked like McKissick there saw that high snap and
just a broken play there, I think.
Yep.
I think he just
figured tuck it and run and see what he can get out of it.
Felt the instinct to just run and did it.
So 4 yards there, about 3 yards, I guess you could say. Here, setting up a 2nd and 7, 2nd and 8. And an empty backfield for McKissick. 3 wide receivers at the bottom of the screen. He's going to look to the bottom. He's going to throw a quick dump, but high, well over the head of number 12 there. That is Deontay Pollard, and we're going to probably hear his name a lot tonight because it seems like these short intermediate passes are going Pollard's way. Just trying to get him the ball in open space, keep that momentum moving, and a guy like that's so shifty and fast. Now again, another opportunity for Armstrong to get off the field, 3rd and 8 here with 8:57 left, Colt. Again, empty backfield, 5 wide receivers, 3 at the bottom of the screen, 2 at the top. McKissick here. Watch these high snaps. There's another one almost a little high, but McKissick going to survey, he's going to throw. Here, ball outside in the flat. Extended, and there it is. Pollard. Again,
there he is,
with another 3rd and long given up by the Riverhawks here in this drive. So 2 very good chances to get off the field here on 3rd down, and Armstrong unable to make the stop necessary to force the punt. Josh Shaner on the tackle there for Armstrong after a considerable gain. 8:40 left here, Colton. Another 1st and 10 for the Penn Hills Indians. So again, 3 wide receivers, pretty much 2 for all day. Here's another high snap. It's been an issue this entire drive. He's going to launch it down the field. Wide open is number 1. Catching him in stride is so a 33-yard touchdown from McKissick to Grimes. So Grimes had that touchdown called back, and he made sure he was the first guy to find the end zone after having that long kickoff return called back, Colton.
Yeah, and to be honest, that kind of looked routine there. That looked very comfortable. That
receiver,
wasn't
had the defensive back just beat completely there, and great throw by McKissick, though, to hit Grimes in stride.
And the field goal's good there. I'm all about the kickers. I love watching them, so I always keep an eye on the field goals and the kicks and the punts, So
we're going to take a really quick break here in the action after about 4 minutes into this game, 3.5 minutes. It is Penn Hills 7, Armstrong nothing for the Leader Times and Sample Sports Stream. We'll be right back.
Well, it finally happened, Zachary. Somebody burned down my she shed.
Nobody burned down your she shed, Cheryl.
Well, my she shed's on fire.
The she shed was
Zachary Farm. You hear that, Victor? I'm getting a new she shed.
More people than a farm.
Shut up. Seven.
Number here.
Maybe Booker across the line of scrimmage there. That will be indeed a false start against Penn Hill, so back kick. Giving Armstrong another opportunity, a good field position, but, Colton, going back to that last drive real quickly before, you get too long third being this since I think that would have come out for
and that
we got it out of the line. Step number 22 for was the to see the junior hold on. Second and 8 with several minutes here for they have second the running as well again as well. Three receivers. Here's a screen. Swing quick. Well, any game. A bunch of information here. It's not like you're down in the can hard to pick a number there. But it is on your feet. Nearly. And that'll be fourth. Riverhawks response. That last drive will be a 3-1 team here now for the Riverhawks.
You want to see there. But you just like, let's see.
181. And that will give him the ball. The 56-yard line. That's now ahead of the point, but the first half, he pulls up 6 yards on your first goal. Riverhawks enemy. Zach Mortar. Two run backs in the backfield. Kick. Stephen Barnes from 2. Pocket throws. And again, the group stick wishes to able to down radio there. Just a second and over the hard one.
Good play there, back there. That was really good.
Like I said, like when I got the ball again, the group stick receiver play there quick. Penn down here. Not even halfway. Who scored? There's a step. 13. No how the team run down to the orange yard. But third, four, third, 15.
But I look forward to getting him run. They're going to get him more out.
So empty back here. By this, got to be careful here. This is one of the first two right item. Well, he's one. That is deep heavier back of the enforcement kick after the three. So it's zone. Fourth and goal. So great job. Get to the second there. Penalty there for the yes. They will attempt about a 21-yard field goal here. It is good. That would be against a 10-5. The first quarter.
Looks like kicker. It's pretty good here.
Called in. That's important for strong ball. Down to play right there. Really, really their defense had them going by the second. Last play by Graham Heather to make the back throw. But unfortunately,